Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome to another Ramble session. I hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, been working on a lot of different things. We had kind of a catastrophe for a weekend, but I'll get into that later. Let me show you what I've been working on so I don't bore you to tears. So this is my Fauxbonichi. Okay, and as far as the Fauxbonichi goes, a couple of people in the last video that I did had asked if I would indeed make a video explaining the Fauxbonichi way of journaling, and so I am working on that. So that'll be coming up here shortly. We're also heading into the end of the month. In fact, I think tomorrow is the end of February, so my shout out video will be coming up soon. So look forward to that. And yeah, this is what's been going on the Fauxbonichi front. Of course, I am late as usual. Yeah, like I said, we had a craptastic weekend, and so I'll get into that in a minute. But these pages I wanted to show you because they were inspired, actually, this and this card here. These were all inspired by Jessica Rapp. And you've heard me speak of this lovely lady many, many times in my last few videos. Let me tell you what, the poor girl, I mean, I have like stuck to her like a tick to a dog, all right? I am so enjoying her channel. I am so enjoying her inspiration. And so this was inspired by her. And I am so glad it was, because let me tell you, if you guys have been on my channel for like any length of time, you know that I am in a constant state of chaos in my room, right? I've just got stuff everywhere, as most of us do if you are any type of crafter or creative person. So, I have been going through all of my drawers. I've been going through all of my stuff. I've been purging and all of that, getting rid of things here and there. Luckily, I still have those bags of stuff that I was going to give away, and all of this stuff, with exception to this little flashcard, are these Tim Holtz ideology flashcards. Love them. Just got them for Christmas. At any rate, with exception to this right here, everything else, I do believe, all of these little embellished pieces, not this tab, but all the embellished pieces were actually in my bag to go away from my house because I was tired of looking at them, tired of not using them, didn't think I was ever going to use them again. Then I fell into Jessica Rapp, and I'm ever so glad I did, because, you know, now I fished all of that stuff out of my giveaway bag, and I just sat one day and made this cluster, and I loved doing it. It was so much fun, and I just love the way it turned out, you know. And I was talking, what was I doing? I was FaceTiming with my dear friend Jeri, and she says, "Oh, is that a pocket?" And I said, "Oh, no, but I really wish I would have talked to you before I started doing this, because yeah, it would have made a great pocket." And then I made this card here as well, just out of bits and bobs. These are things, some of the stuff was in my giveaway bag, but other than that, it's just all scraps and you know, scraps from my scrap box, right? So, excuse me, I made that one, and then I made this one as well. Like, I hope you can see it. And so, yeah, I want to make a whole slew of these because they are just so fun. And even though they are dimensional, like, you could still write on it as a journaling tag or something. And in fact, I saw Jessica's live stream again on Sunday where she was making clusters, okay, out of scraps and bits and bobs, you know. And her style is more vintagey, where y'all know my style is colorful hot mess. So so I made these cute little things. Let me scoot this out of the way and we'll get back to that. So I made these, well, let me bring these up, Can you see that? Yeah. And these are just literally from scraps in my bin, with exception to this here. This little enamel dot I found in my stash. This is scraps with a beautiful stamp, just little pieces of ribbon, little embellishments that were otherwise going to be given away, right? There are more on my desk here. This one here, some of this is like Happy Mail. This little thing here is Happy Mail, stamp, button. I mean, just little bits and bobs. And this one's not my favorite, but it came out cute enough. Sorry if I'm shaking you about. So how cute are those, right? And these are called clusters. And can I tell you what? All right. I use just, sorry for the chair. I use just bits that I have in my boxes, right? Y'all have bit boxes. I've got probably too many bit boxes, but these were so fun. And after her live stream, I came into my craft room because everyone else was sleeping. I came into my craft room and literally did these in 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes. And you have these super adorable embellished little clusters, and I love them. I mean, this is a tag and it is dimensional, and of course you have the staples on the back, but I could easily journal on this. It's flat enough to where I could journal on it. So I love these, and I'm gonna make a whole slew of them, I think. And then like I went into my stash and I found these things, like just little cards, you know, of pretty paper that I can use as bases, right? Because I like them almost ATC size. I don't know. It just makes it, for me, I think I would use these as like journaling spots. So, and then I did show you the last time what I used to make these sweet little cards is from this book here. And this is like a matchbook almost that Jessica made with a bunch of different like craft cardstock and cream cardstock in here. And so that's what I'm using as the bases, and I love them. And one of the things that I was talking about on the live stream with Jessica and everyone else that was on the live stream is that, you know, when you're a journal maker, which I'm not, I don't make journals very often, and I don't sell them. But when I do, the problem I run into is because I do them so infrequently is that every time I do one, I have to think at the time and make all these things at the time that I'm making the journal, right? And it's time consuming. No wonder it takes me 3 months to complete one stinking journal. But what we were discussing on the live stream is that, you know, if you have like a bucket of clusters, right, then you have a collection that you can then dig into and pick one out whenever you need it. So, or things like this, right? So that is what I am hoping to do in my spare time, you know, because I have so much of it. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do is just, you know, a little bit, you know, once a week or whatever, just sit here and, you know, make a whole bunch of different cards so that I can have them in my stash. Sort of like I did with the baggies that I decorated. And let me see here. I have them right here. I'm still right here. Where did they go? Here they are. Yeah. See, like these little bags here, like I made, you know, like a dozen of them. I could still make more. You know, these are just regular shipping tags, right? And I made a bunch of these, but I can still make more. And even something as simple as this right here, okay? This is simply a stamp, a dream stamp, on a piece of, let me see, I have it right, I have a whole mess of it right here. On a, just, this is just a scrap of graph paper, right? And so I just stamp the word and then I sew it. I put little stitching in it and call it macaroni, you know? Like I can make 100 of those. And then when I go to make a journal, I simply, you know, have to put the signatures together, which is really not that big of a deal. Put the signatures together and then bam, I've got like ready-made embellishments, ready-made little cute little stamp tags, you know, whatever the case is, and it's all right there to just dig into and add to the journal. So Anyway, that's my idea. Let's hope it comes to fruition. Who knows? You know me. I'm like a raccoon. So, yeah. What else have I been working on? Let me see. Oh, this morning I just, and I'll leave all the links below. I just printed out this, which came from Crafty Hodges on YouTube, okay? If you go to her channel, her last video, she shows you a quirky person that you can put together in, less than 15 minutes, I think she said, or maybe it was 5 minutes. I'm not sure. But, yeah. And then she provides you with a printable that you can then go to your computer and print out and then, make your own quirky girl and have it in your journal. So yeah, great idea, right? So there's that. What else? Yeah. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I told you that I still need to work on my shout out video. I'm going to hopefully get that done today. Let's see. I have it. Oh, quick peek. Yep, I have my list all ready to go. I just need to write in, go and do my research and make sure that I know what the heck I'm talking about when I share these people. I love to do shout outs. I've been doing shout outs for a year or more, and I share the channels that I have come across that have inspired me. Okay. So, yeah, I can't wait to get that done and up. And then I'm also, like I said, I'm going to do a video explaining what the Fauxbonichi is, kind of how it started, and what it has evolved into over the years. So I love this type of journaling. I have such a passion for this type of journaling. I said in my last Ramble session that it's my mission on this earth to get every single person journaling, okay? In some form or fashion, not necessarily the Fauxbonichi way, but in some form or fashion, because I do think that it is so important. Okay, now on to my craptastic weekend. Well, this part wasn't craptastic. It was, but everything else was. So I'll briefly explain it. It was my son's birthday, his 20th birthday, and we were so thrilled. And on Friday, we had been talking about, we were heading down south. My son was going to come down to spend the weekend with us after work, and he was off on his birthday. And so we were going to try to take him out, to lunch or dinner or something like that together. And, I'm like, we don't do like a whole big, huge deal with birthdays or whatever, but we do enjoy taking our kids out to like a lunch or a dinner or something like that, sharing and spending time with them. And we had already gotten him tickets to see the Foo Fighters. That's what he wanted for his birthday. So my husband went ahead and got 4 tickets for him and 3 of his friends to go see the Foo Fighters. And that doesn't happen until April. So yeah, so he had already basically gotten his birthday present, all that kind of stuff. So here's where here's what happened, okay? We had a catastrophe on the canal, okay? And then this is from a book I have. Well, that was annoying. Yeah, it was a little more than annoying. But what ended up happening was we had gotten down south, and everybody my son was playing on his computer. It was 10 o'clock at night, okay? My husband was fast asleep on the couch. I was out on our balcony watching, of course, my YouTube videos with my earbuds in. And then all of a sudden, I hear this metal creaking, and then I hear this tremendous splash, and I look up, and our boat is sunk in the canal. Right in front of me, right before my very eyes. In less than 1 minute, our boat was halfway underwater. And I'll tell you what, it was the most surreal thing I have ever imagined happening. I mean, it was just so bizarre. So what I thought had happened, of course, I ran in like a raving, screaming lunatic, hollering at my husband, "The boat's sinking, the boat's sinking." I used a few more words, but I won't share them here. He jumps up off the couch, and what I thought had happened was the davit cable had snapped, and I'll explain all that in a second if you're interested. If you're not interested in this, then just click off now. That's fine. I don't want to bore you. But I just, I share most everything in my life with you, so I figured why not share this too. And there were people on the Facebook group that were like, oh my gosh, what happened? I have so many questions. So here I'm explaining it all. Anyhow, so yeah, I thought the davit cable had snapped, but if that would have been the best thing to have happened really in this type of situation, because then the boat would have just fallen into the water and everything would have been dandy. Okay. But no, I'll show you what happened. Okay. This is what happened when, oh gosh, glare. When I woke up in the morning, okay, I'm standing on upstairs. Okay. So like I'm up here. This is our dock right here. This is like 50 feet of dock. And there's our boat upside down in the water hanging. This is what a davit is. Okay. If you can see that, I hope. Oh, the glare. Okay. This is the davit right here. It sits on a concrete dock, right? So the dock is poured with reinforced rebar steel, okay? And then what you have is over here in the corner, I don't know if you can see that or not, but right there where that dude's standing, that is a concrete base, okay? That holds this right here, which is the metal, galvanized metal davit, okay? Off the davit are these steel cables that hold the boat. Okay, now normally a boat is not in this position when they're on davits. It's actually hanging between two davits. Okay, now what ended up happening is over here, if you can see right here, okay, this whole chunk of our dock fell. It collapsed for whatever reason. It collapsed into the water, taking the opposite davit, and splashing into the canal. And we're talking 7,000 pounds, okay, of concrete and steel and metal. And so that is why it sunk the boat, because the boat was attached to it. So it had 7,000 pounds of, pulling pressure to help it sink. So that's what we woke up to, that's actually what we went to bed to Friday night. So I hope that explains some of it. Then this is a picture of our boat being pulled out of the water. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it was underwater for like 10 hours. Oh gosh. Yeah. And this is so totally a first world problem, and I get that. And at the time, it was like, I literally cannot believe this is happening to us. Like, I swear, if we did not have bad luck, we wouldn't have any luck at all, okay? But it is what it is, and we're thankful that nobody was hurt. Thank God nobody was hurt. This could have easily happened when my husband was raising or lowering the boat into the water by the davits. It could have happened when he was on the dock. It could have happened when my kids were on the dock. I mean, so we're just so thankful that nobody got hurt. It happened at night, at 10 o'clock at night. So there was very little traffic on the canal. So thank God for that. Yeah. It was just a nightmare. And then my husband and I, of course, we were waking up all night long because every time we'd hear a creak, we're thinking, oh my gosh, is the rest of the dock going in? We had no idea. It took him 3 hours to get the boat out of the water. And, but I think she's going to be a lost cause. I think the insurance company will probably total her because she's 15 years old, and it would probably cost a lot more to fix it than it would than what she's worth. So, yeah, a lot of good memories on that boat, and a very, very just unbelievable day for us. So yeah, my poor son, I mean, that's how we celebrated his birthday. The poor thing, we had to sit there most of the day. 3 hours in the morning to get the boat out of the water. And then luckily our neighbors, who are so sweet and so helpful all the time, they have a boat elevator, an elevator lift, and that they weren't using at the time. And it's right over here next to our shed. And so he offered for us to use, for them to put our boat on his elevator to store there until we get the adjusters out and all that kind of stuff, you know. So we're going to see what goes on with the boat insurance and our homeowners insurance. And yeah, because concrete docks are not the cheapest thing in the world. They go to get a new dock, it goes for about $1,000 per linear foot. Yeah. And our dock is 50 feet long. So the joys of living on the water. Now, if some of you are asking, my goodness, Elizabeth, how on earth could this have happened? Well, you know, it's the price you pay for living on salt water. You know, our concrete, like I said, the concrete dock was poured with, you know, solid concrete with steel rebar reinforcements, all of that stuff. And there are very strict codes down there that you need to follow, permitting and all that kind of stuff. And the thing is that this was like such a total freak thing. Even the guy who came to pull us out was what's it called? Towboat USA. Great company. We hold like a type of insurance with them as well. Great company, great guys. They did a great job. And Towboat US, I think it's called. Anyway, he said that he sees this about once or twice a year only. That's it. And it's a freak occurrence. It's just something that happens. You know, all you need is like a hairline fracture in the rebar for that salt water to get in and begin actually corroding the metal. And this dock was probably, I would say, 20 years old. So yeah, it's a freak thing. It just happened to happen to us, unfortunately. But, you know, again, we've got to look on the bright side and you know, it could have been a lot worse and nobody was hurt. We're thankful for that. And my husband, when he wrote his love letter to me this morning, he said something about, it was something like, you know our road has been rocky lately. And he said, hell, it's filled with boulders at the moment, you know. He said, but when I think about it, he said, we went through a catastrophic hurricane. We went through a shoulder injury, a knee surgery, and months of unemployment. And that was just in the first year we were married, 26 years ago. So yeah, you got to put things in perspective, you know, you got to put things in perspective. And, you know, all I can say is that I am so blessed and so glad that I'm going through this adventurous life with my big handsome, because I'll tell you what, I wouldn't know what to do without him. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't know what to do without him. So yeah. Yeah, that was our weekend. We did have a birthday dinner with our son. It was just, we did it at home instead of going out. And again, he's looking forward to his concert in April to go see the Foo Fighters. So he's excited about that. Anyhow, yeah, just wanted to come on and share that with you, share some of the stuff that's been going on and things that I've been working on. And that's about it. So yeah, I think that I'm going, like I said, I have my videos that are coming up are going to be my shout out series, of course. And I'm going to be working on that video to explain to you what a Fauxbonichi is and what the type of journaling entails. So look forward to that. And yeah, I hope you all are having a fantastic day, you know, and guess what? I'm having a fantastic day. I really am. And the very first reason is because I woke up this morning. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my husband, for my kids, for all the support of you guys. And yeah, we'll get through this. We get through everything, you know. It's painful and it's annoying. Yeah. Well, that was annoying. Yeah. It's an inconvenience really in the grand scheme of things. And so that's what I have to keep in the forefront of my mind, is that this is just another bump in life's road. And yeah, I'm really hoping that the road smooths out soon, because otherwise I'll be looking at 4 new tires. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great rest of your week, and a productive rest of your week, and a week filled with art and creativity and just, friends and family and love abounding. So yeah, I will talk at you all real soon. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.